This is the Berman Method podcast featuring Dr. Jake Berman and physician assistant Jenni Berman. We are here to treat problems and not symptoms. Disclaimer, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and not to treat anyone or to give medical advice. If you are interested in any information that we are giving and would like to use this for yourself, we recommend that you contact your primary care physician or reach out to us and ask us questions about yourself specifically. Enjoy.
And we're rolling with the Berman Method podcast. How was that one?
I like that one.
Was that a good one?
Where we're treating problems and not symptoms.
Where we're treating problems and not symptoms. David going against Goliath. Goliath being the corporate medical system, big pharma, your health insurance companies. We do not believe they have your best interests in mind. They will choose profits over patient outcomes every single time. We just finished watching that series on Netflix, Painkiller, about big pharma and Oxycontin and Purdue, and it was awesome.
Yes, very enlightening. Just kind of reiterates what we talk about with pharmaceuticals and big pharma.
Yes, and of course it was dramatized, and they even said it at the beginning of every episode that it's been dramatized. However, I don't think it's very far from what's actually happening. I would even wager that it's actually worse than what you saw on that show.
I could agree with that statement.
Yeah.
It was, you should watch it. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. And then come back and listen to our podcast again and be like, wow.
This is what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. They're not tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists. It actually is occurring.
It is. And it's just really scary, when you're not in the medical field, what you don't know. And then you walk into a doctor's office when the reps are in there and bringing food to the doctors and encouraging them to use their pharmaceutical because then they'll get some kickback from it. It happens with all sorts of drugs.
Yeah, it's just sales. It's all it is you got these people going from doctor's office trying to sell their product, and they're not trying to sell an outcome or what's in the best interest of the patient. They're trying to make a profit. Right. That's all it is.
Right.
Simple.
Well, today.
Yes, go on.
Memorial Day is next weekend. If you guys aren't aware, or I guess this upcoming weekend, technically.
Yeah, it's hard for me to figure out.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday would be qualified as Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah,
so this upcoming weekend. Yes. Yeah. So a lot of travel for Memorial Day weekend.
A lot of travel. And here's a little fun fact. I did not know this until last week that the number one sales holiday, quote unquote holiday, in the whole entire year is Black Friday, right? We know that.
Right.
What I didn't know is that number two is Memorial Day.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
No, because I guess I would have thought Labor Day because that's closer to the Christmas holiday and people starting to buy gifts for Labor Day or for Christmas.
You are the only one that starts Labor Day for Christmas, not the rest of the world.
Well, when you have a big family, you really got to split it up so that December doesn't cost so much money.
I get it. No, Memorial Day, once I heard the rationale, I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Is because for the vast majority of the Northeast, it triggers the beginning
of summer. That's fun.
Yeah. So massive sales, and we'll start to pay attention to all the mattress companies and car companies doing their Memorial Day sale. And we actually have a couple of sales going for ourselves in our office. We won't talk about those right now. Check us out on the interweb if you want to know more about ours. But it's interesting. Did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
So now I'll have to look at what sales are available for me.
Yes. So what we wanted to actually talk about today is how do you mitigate loss, specifically muscle loss, because it should be no surprise when you say it takes 6 months or a year to achieve XYZ strength, flexibility, mobility, exercise ability.
Right.
And then if you're sick for a week, you lose 6 months worth of work in a week. And it's like, what in the world?
It happens really fast. You don't use it, you lose it. It does happen fast. Maybe not 6 months worth in 1 week, but it does happen really fast.
Yeah, ridiculously fast. And the older you get, the faster it happens, or the
Right.
slower it takes to get it, and the faster it takes to lose it.
Right.
So
That is
today,
true.
we wanted to talk about some things that we personally do when we travel to help mitigate the loss of muscle while we're living our life.
Right. And these are even things that we do on a daily basis, though we are not doing as much strength training when we are traveling, and our meal plan may not be as on par as when we are not traveling, but we take some of our daily things that we focus on and take them with us when we're traveling to help with slowing the loss through the travel.
Exactly. One of the things that we do, you actually did your thesis on, right? Your research
Right.
on,
Yes.
looking specifically at
The preventing the loss of muscle mass specifically in bedridden patients, but in elderly patients with using branch chain amino acids. So BCAAs are typically come in powder form. They can also come in a pill form, but our body is made up of essential and non-essential amino acids, which are amino acids are the primary building block to protein and to muscle. We have to have these specific amino acids to be able to build protein blocks, which build our muscle. So I did as I was finishing up my physician assistant degree, which is a master's degree, we had to do a thesis and present it. And mine was on preventing muscle mass loss in elderly patients, specifically bedridden, who can't get out of bed, can't physically move and do anything with the use of branch chain amino acids. And it was shown that taking branch chain amino acids on a daily basis can help with building muscle mass when you are active in strength training and getting the right protein in your diet, but can also slow the loss of muscle mass when you're a bedridden or when you're not exercising.
I think that's the biggest one right there is it shouldn't be a surprise. We're 200 episodes into this thing or however far we're into this thing. Shouldn't be a surprise that branch chain amino acids help you build muscle when you're exercising. So we take them every single day, 1 scoop in the morning, and it's just another one of those things that helps you get a better return on investment for the work that you're doing. However, we also do it every single day that we're not exercising. Really specifically, when we're traveling, we make sure that we have our scoop of amino acids to help slow the loss of muscle wasting, essentially, when we're traveling and not being as diligent. Mainly me. I mean, you're really diligent. You're messed up in the head. Doesn't matter where we're at, what country we're in, what time zone we're in. You're out there torturing yourself versus me. I'm not afraid or ashamed to sleep in.
I wouldn't classify it as torturing myself. However, I will stay active and continue to move some way when we travel, but I'm not doing my normal strength training for sure. So I definitely will continue to use the branch chain amino acids to slow the loss, but we're also not as diligent about our meal plan when we're traveling either. And that's part of lifestyle. Is with a lifestyle, you do have days where your meal plan is not perfect, and that's how it's supposed to be. However, the branched chain amino acids can, again, as you mentioned, help with slowing the loss of muscle mass while you may not be getting as much protein or as much water throughout your travels.
Yes. So let's shift gears to getting as much protein as you should. One of the biggest complaints that you hear on a daily basis is, well, we're traveling and I wasn't able to get in the amount of protein. This restaurant I went to, they didn't have good choices on the menu. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, these are just excuses.
Right.
Because you and I go to different restaurants all the time.
Right.
We travel all the time. As my mom likes to say, there's no grass growing under our feet. We're constantly moving.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a single restaurant that we've ever been to where it's like, there's nothing I can eat here.
Right.
Right. Even the Sea Monkey, right?
Right.
Sea Monkey here in town is one of the least accommodating for your food restrictions. You can still order a meal. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, and plenty of protein there.
Right. Right. There's at least one thing on every menu that you can order or at least modify to be able to order off of to make sure you're at least getting some protein.
Yes, modify. And so many people are nervous or
they're afraid
to modify.
Yeah.
Modify away. This is a restaurant. They're serving you. Their job is to serve you.
Right.
So yes, you didn't order the number 12 the way it comes.
Right. And they're used to it. They're used to people modifying and adjusting. And, I will apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're the needy family, but this is what we need. And they will do it. There's 99.5% of the time they're going to do it. I think there's only been one time that we've been somewhere and they wouldn't modify anything. And I still ended up getting sick. But that's such a rare occasion. I mean, extremely rare over the past 9 years that I've been completely gluten-free and dairy-free. So they're used to you modifying. They will adjust. If you have to pay the extra $2, pay the extra $2 to make sure that you're doing what's right for your body.
I love that. Absolutely love it when the waitress says, okay, well, that's going to be a $2 upcharge. And I'm like, so?
Right.
It's what I want.
Right. Right.
I don't want your shitty option that you have listed here. I want the one that I want. If I have to pay $2 more, $2. What do I order for breakfast at most of the places that I go to?
5 eggs over medium, a side of corned beef hash.
Yeah, that's my go-to because most restaurants don't have what I want. And I want a significant amount of protein, and I don't want all the fluff and carbs and all this other crap, like tons of toast and biscuits. And I'm like, come on.
Right.
Just give me some eggs. Give me some meat to go with the eggs, maybe a piece of bread or here or there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they always look at me.
5 eggs over medium? Really?
That's what you want?
My favorite's when they come out and they say, I have a side of 5 eggs. And I'm like, is that a side? When it's 5 of them?
That's what you did yesterday.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'll take the side. It's on a full-size plate.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny. But so when you're traveling, because it's coming up, we have Memorial Day, we have summer, it's coming up. Just make sure you are taking your branched chain amino acids with you. You're taking your vitamins with you. We didn't talk about vitamins today, but that could be a whole nother topic. Taking your vitamins with you so that way you're not getting off track in that aspect. And then always trying to add protein to your meals and your snacks during the day. Pack snacks. We have lists of snack options. There's prior podcasts where we've talked about snack options to take with you on trips. But when you're out, always start with a protein.
You have to have protein. I don't think that we say that nearly enough on this podcast. You should not be eating any meal that doesn't have a protein in it. One of the easiest reasons why to do that, correct me if I'm wrong, is it's going to stabilize your blood sugar.
That's right.
It might not have... Important. Secondarily, it's going to feed your muscles and allow them to not waste away. But most importantly, primarily, it stabilizes your blood sugar. Protein is the main way that you stabilize your blood sugar when you consume anything.
That's right. So it'll help with preventing cravings, preventing hunger while you're traveling. Really, really important. And by the way, a peanut butter sandwich is not protein. Your peanut butter toast for breakfast is not protein.
No. Sorry.
I love peanut butter. I'm a peanut butter connoisseur. You can do 6 tablespoons of that PB Fit or PB2 for your protein if you want to on top of your toast. But just Jif natural peanut butter, that's not protein. All right. So safe travels for everyone traveling this weekend or throughout the summer.
Yes.
Get your BCAAs. contact our office. We have the true TRU BCAAs in our office, but contact us for questions about this or where to get them. There are some really bad ones out there, so don't just go shop online or to the grocery store and pick up BCAAs because you're probably not getting the right one.
Yep.
All right.
Good?
Yeah, great. Enjoy. Happy Memorial Day.
Like and subscribe. Share this with somebody. Stay safe out there, and we'll have a nice, quick podcast coming to you next week to celebrate the holiday.
Ciao for now. Thank you for subscribing on your social media and podcast platforms to the Berman Method. Dr. Jake Berman with Berman Physical Therapy and Jenni Berman, Physician Assistant with Berman Health and Wellness. You can find more information on our website, www.bermanpt.com for physical therapy, bermanpt.com/wellness for the health and wellness. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and on your podcast platform. So be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to us. And if you would like any further information, definitely visit our website and reach out to us. You may also find our free reports on the websites as well, where you can download this free information for yourself. Have a great day.